I want everyone to switch on your camera once. Me, Karsana, Sakya, Sarani, Akashna, Anandana, Nachimati, Karsana, Sakya, Sarani, Akashna, Kevalana, Bhavishna, Shreya, Shruti. Can you all please turn on your cameras here? Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for joining the session. So, one of you could recap what we did see yesterday. What are the concepts we saw yesterday? Yes, sir. Very good morning to one and all. Are you able to hear me? Good morning, I'm making it. Yeah, good morning. How are you all today? Very simple question. How are you all today? Yes, you're fine. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Yes, others. So, anybody practice what did we see? What were we seeing yesterday? We started with data science. All right. What is data science and what is data science all about? All right. And what are the 8 steps that we need to use for the developer perfect data science project? And then, like Shreya gave, we were trying to analyze it with the business. What was the business that we were analyzing? What was the business? You are able to hear me? Yeah, food business, and what are the parameters that is needed? And we saw about featured engineering, and then what are the steps that we need to do? The first step we went on to a exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis. All right. What did we see? What data types we saw yesterday? What is the data set we saw yesterday? Yeah, data frame. What was the data set? What was the data set we were seeing yesterday? But what data set we were seeing yesterday? Quick, girl. Quick. Bright new morning. We were working in collapse, right? What was the data set? What was the data set that we were working on with? No, that is the package. The data set we are working on with the sales data set. You remember the sales data set? Yes? Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to ask you. What are the columns available in the data set? What were the columns? The column names. Can one of you say how many columns were there? How many rows were there? How many columns and how many rows were there? We had 19 columns. We have 19 columns, you remember? Yes? Yes. So yesterday we were seeing about how to take the data science, how to work with data science, the different applications, and how it is more useful for, especially for common students, right? And then we started with what are the different packages available, what are the different packages that are needed to develop a predictive modeling, And then we said we started working with Pandas. Panda stands for Python for data analysis. Panda stands for Python for data analysis. And using Pandas, yesterday we imported Pandas. You remember here? We have imported Pandas as PD. Alright. And then what did we do? From a URL. This URL contains the CSV file, okay, of the sales, win and loss. Okay, the sales is all about the car accessories. Okay, how efficiently the car is getting, the car products are getting sold. Okay, whether it is one or it is a loss. All right, and then we started working with how to import the CSV data set into our Panda. So using the URL, I'm declaring the user-defined variable as URL equal to, I gave the website link where it contains the data set of sales, win and loss and of your CSV format, which is of a CSV format. And then we use sales underscore data, which is equal to pd dot read underscore CSV of the URL. pd dot read underscore CSV, because this file type is of CSV. Okay, then I declare this URL into this variable URL, and then we load it into sales data. Okay, and then we want to find what type of data it is. So use type of data. So once it is a CSV format, once the data set is loaded, so the data set we work is how to say is one or loss. It's a sales data. The data set that we use is a sales data set. All right, and then we will try to find. We are going to explore today how the sale is going to win or the sale is going to lose, learning from the patterns of data. Okay, learning from the patterns of data. Okay, how many of you have got friends? How will you find your friends? Yeah, I want an active participation from you girls. How many of you? Yeah, you all have friends, right? From your KG, then your schooling, the middle school, the high school. Now you're into college. In addition, you're into your PG college. How will you find your friends? I want one of you to unmute and speak. How many of you have got friends? Yes, no, answers on chat. Quick. Yeah. How will you build a friendship? How do you get a friend? Can one of you share how did you get your best friend? You can speak. Kindly speak. Hello? Yes,
Now, as an extrovert, I would use the following approach, wherein if I'm in a setting with a lot of people that I'm not familiar with, I would probably approach somebody who I believe is easy to talk to, and then I just start up a conversation from there, build a friendship, and I continue talking to them on a regular basis.
Okay. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you for your good response. So Shreya said, see, Shreya has got her own patterns of behavior, of a style which she likes. If you take myself, Doreen, I have got a different style or different pattern of behavior, what I like. So even though there are 40 students in your class, as and when you start interacting with the students, you will like some of your friends, some of them, okay, where you would like their behaviors and patterns, and from which you build your friendship. How many of you agree with that? You remember your first day of your PG, if you don't know any students in your college? But now, in which year you are, girls? In which year? You're the first year students or second year students?
Second year.
Yeah, second year. Now, do you know about all the students of your class? At least a few?
Yes.
Yes. How do you learn? The way they speak, the way they behave, and sometimes you are in some urgency. How do they help you out? Are they ethical? Are they unethical? So, deciding about these things with this, you learn the patterns, the behavioral patterns. Okay? So, who knows you more in this world? Who knows you more? Who knew about you more in this world? About your behavior? Who knows about you more? Able to get my question? Yes, Harini. Girls, who knew about you more? The most? It's your? Yes, Srinidhi, exactly. It's your parents. How come you say your parents? You are spending as you're born and till now you're grown. They will be able to find your behavior. They know more about you. They know more about your life. They know more about your dislike. Okay, though there are two children at the home, both the children are very different. And your parents know my daughter, my son, my elder one, the younger one, like this, like that. So you are learning pattern. Same way here in data science, the main objective is to learn patterns from the data. Okay, so open up your Colab, either you're using your mobile or your system. And since Python is an interpreted language, every time when you open, you need to run from the first cell. It's quick, open up your Colab, run the first cell, so what we have done yesterday, and fetch your data and load it into sales underscore data. Yes. Once you have completed, click as done. Okay. We are completed.
Could you please repeat what you just said because I lost my connection in between?
Open the Colab and run from the first cell. Run the first cell. How do you import your pandas? Run the data set, fetch the data set and load it into sales underscore data.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, others once you have done, just give you have done. On the set. Run all the cells. Yeah. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, Sangeeta. What about others? 40 students are here. What about others? So yesterday we saw the data type is data frame. Then we used head of function for the first few rows, and then we used tail of for the last 5 rows, and also you can also be use statistics. So run head of, tail of. Then we saw for the attributes, the shape, the size, the column, and then we tried the D type. Yeah. Data dot columns attributes doesn't have a parenthesis. All right. Whereas uh, methods have the parenthesis like header of tail of. Then we work with describe of. It does the mathematical computations of mean, median, maximum, the standard deviation. Then to find the unique value of particular column. Okay. So route to market, unique of, we try and then we import a CBON as SNS, then SNS dot count plot of. So with just the counting of the number of sales that is one and the number of sales that is they have lost. Okay, this is a simple example of count plot. Simple example of count plot. Okay, have you tried till this? Have you got it? Yes, done. Other, if you're having any doubts, have you got till this chart? Yeah, thank you, Shreya. Other, thank you, Abhita. Okay, so using CBON, you can do a lot of plotting. Okay, now we are into a count plot. Okay, now we are into a count plot. How do you count? So yesterday I said what is the target? What is the target that you are working on with? What was your target column? It is your opportunity results. So how many columns are there in opportunity results? How many values are there in opportunity results? Yes, either it is 1 or it is long. Okay, either it is 1 or long. Yes, do you remember that? Do you remember it? Yes, either the sale is a 1 or the sale is a. Alright. So with that as a Q always focuses on a target. What is the target from the sales data set? We need to know the pattern through which we have got a sale, with which sales we have got a 1 and with sales we have got a loss. Okay. So that is what we have done. So now let's go and try with one more value. Okay. So if you want to know about the column name, okay, like count plot. So these are the columns, okay, and we have got supply groups and supply subgroups. Can you see here? Supply groups and supply subgroups. Okay. So now using the same thing. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see how many supply groups are there. Okay, the same thing how we have seen how we have routed the market, the same coding, sales data, but here I'm going to change my column name to supply group. And it is case sensitive, that's what I'm giving sales underscore data dot column. I'm copying the column name and pasting it here. Okay. Now I'm going to see how many unique values are there. How many rows we have got? Something around 78,000 something, right? Remember the number of rows. Yeah, 78,000 rows were there. Okay, 78,025 rows and 19 columns we have. Okay, 19 columns to predict whether the sale is going to be a 1 or not. So yesterday we have done a count plot for route to market. Same thing you're going to try, but here I'm going to find how many supply groups are there? One, two, three, four supply. Car accessories, performance, and so those are the supply groups. So one car accessories, they focus on tire upgrade, one is performance, one is car accessories, one is electronics. Okay, the same coding here. I'm going to use the same count plot. Okay, I'm going to use the same count plot here, but here I'm going to change the column. First, I'm finding how many unique values are there, and that column I'm going to give the data, the whole sales data. My use my opportunity research. So, using this supply group, you are going to answer me from this.
Ma'am,
Yes?
ma'am, can you scroll up little bit, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am? Or even more?
Sales data column.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep trying it. Keep trying it. Yesterday we tried working with route to market, and today we have taken another column, supply group and unique work.
Ma'am, the subject group we have to type.
Yes, you can type or you can copy from this, or you can copy from this. And now first we are trying to find how many unique values, and we are going in for the count plot. Try these two. Complete it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what do you understand from this graph? What do you
From the group of car accessories, we have a huge loss. And next loss is the next highest is from that of performance and non-autos.
Okay.
But we have almost equal or nil loss at beginning as far as car electronics is concerned.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Shreya. So, but when you see on the x-axis, are the columns clear? Column names are clear, or it's overlapping? It is overlapping. So, what I'm going to do, you remember what are the two visualization packages I told yesterday? I told you about Pandas for analysis, Matplotlib, and Seaborn for data visualization. We have not used Matplotlib because the x-axis is kind of overlapping. It's overlapping. So to the same cell, I'm going to import Matplotlib dot PyPlot as ELT. I'm importing another package, matplotlib.pyplot as ELT. Okay. Then using PLT dot x6. Okay, I'm going to give a little elevation. Okay, to the parameter rotation equal to 45. Can you see here the difference? Before it was overlapping, but now I'm just switched it to 45. And also, like if you want to make it as 90, also you can make it 90 to make it more readable. All right. So yesterday we were working with Cirf. We just start with matplot. So the same cell you can type import matplotlib.pyplot. So this package is also used for visualization. Okay, using Cirf, you are seeing like six are overlapping on the x-axis. So to give a best view for it, I'm using this package. Even using this package, there are a lot of things that we can do. So in order to have a clear view of your x table, okay, and same set you can open and edit it. Import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, then PLT. I'm using this PLT again. As for we use Cbond, right? PLT.x6 rotation equal to 90. Can you try this? Once you have done it, you can post it onto the chat. Done.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, Shreya.
The previous namings of graphs that we used, wherein it appeared as diagonals for every mark.
Repeat.
Yes, ma'am. The previous naming that we used for the bar chart, wherein the tables appeared diagonally for this supply group bar chart, ma'am.
Okay.
What was the value next to rotation, ma'am?
45.
Right side.
45. Yeah, 45 degrees, normal. 45 degrees, 30 degrees, however you want, you can rotate. It's just a degree.
Yes, ma'am, got it. Thank you.
Even if you want, you can make it 30, whatever it is. Because it was overlapping there, I'm just introducing how to, this looks even more clear, you will have an understanding. I want all the girls to participate, okay? Everybody, you can participate, you could be right, you could be wrong, no problem. It's just a learning time. Just a learning time. All right? Yes, thank you, others. Let's be a little more quick. The next plot that we are going to use is called as a violent plot. Okay.
Any 1 minute, ma'am?
Yeah, okay, I'll wait. I know you are all commerce students, and I'm so happy that you're wide open to learn the new technology. All right, done, girls? You're able to understand what we have done till now? Yes. So we have just seen about a count cost. See, even if you have 10 lakhs of data, 20 lakhs of data, you can directly import it to the collab into the Panda, and then you can start analyzing. So how easy is for you to visualize it. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to see is the violence part. Okay. So we have got all the data into sales underscore date dot head dot. Okay. Now, okay, now I'm going to have some values onto my x and some onto my y. Okay. And what plot can we take? Okay. Can we take onto our x route to market? Okay. SNS dot violent plot. Okay. What I have want to have it in exact? I have to how it is given route to market. Route to market. So on to my y-axis, I'm going to do sales stage count, comma, data equal to sales underscore data, hue equal to opportunity reason. Let's see how it works. Can you see here? Does it look like a violin? So what this graph does? Listen. So you know what are the ways it is route to market? X-axis I'm giving route to market, and y-axis I'm giving sales stage change count. How many sales stage change count it happens? Okay. And even before that, you can also find sales underscore data of what is the value? Dot unique of you can find. So this tells you the unique value. Okay, how many stage count? Okay, and also you can try the minimum and the maximum sales stage change count. Okay, if you want to find the minimum, you can give the data frame and the column name dot min of. So minimum value is 1 and the maximum value is 23. So even in this graph, can you see the minimum value is 1, the maximum is 23. Okay. So how many stages? It has 1. How many stages? Can you see some wider range here? Which means the number of values, okay, or more in this. Okay. So between 3 to 4 stages or more, and it is a loss. And here within few stages, you get your sales done. So this is the simple example of a plot called as violence plot. Okay. As we last plot that we have seen is the count plot. Okay, count plot. A violence plot is like a box plot, but it shows like a violence where the number of values are more, it expands. Okay, it has a wide form, which means there are more values onto this. All right. Can we try this? Okay. So I'm just giving x-axis one column value, y-axis and my entire data, and my sales view. Say for example, I'm going to remove this. I give time to work. Okay. I'm removing the hue. Now I'm going to run it. Can you see here? With hue means how many one loss? I don't want anything on one and loss. Only this. Can you see? Does it look like a violence? Okay. The number of values keep changing. Okay. Can you try these ones? The sales stage count onto my y-axis, route to market onto my x, and I can say how many there are in field sales. There are more stage count in this. More values are here. In deliverables, more values are here. As the stage count increases, the values are very less. Yes. Try it now. You, if you want to onto the same graph, what is my target? My target is opportunity whether win or not. So onto my x-axis, I'm taking route to market. It's a violence block. It resembles like a violence. Where the number of values are more, then it expands. The size is expands. Okay. When the values are, you see how the violence will be like this. Yes, the same thing you can see here. Or I am using instance.violence plot. X is equal to route to market. How it is can be routed to market. Okay. The field sales, the reseller, others, telesales and telecoverage. On the y-axis, I am taking a numeric impact, which is of sales, stage, change count. Can you see here? So it is on to 13 changes count. Okay, the 2, 1, and the minimum is 1, maximum is 23. Okay, so it takes the value of it. Okay, for the so it categorizes onto me 78,000 how many field sales, and it got the graph. And as Swati asked, if I'm going to give you here, what is my target? At the end, I want to find how many sales win or loss. Okay, so that one graph is split into two. Out of field sales in the stage count, how many won? Onto the field sales, onto the sales stage count, how many loss? The loss are all predicted, shown using orange, and the one winning are shown using the blue color. Okay, any more doubts? You feel free to ask. You want to repeat once again also I can say. That is what I am giving you. If I am not giving you, it is not going to categorize according to win or loss. Just it will take the field reseller, the counting of your sales page. Alright. If number of threes are more, then it expands the more. Okay. Write down. Thank you. Aarti, you are able to understand Aarti?
Ma'am, can you repeat once more?
Which part you're not able to understand that? See, the wide and plot.
That function, ma'am.
Which function?
FUE.
HUE. Okay. HUE is a value that is a default type. Okay, it's a default data type. If you give HUE, which stands for opportunity research. Okay, I'm assigning my hue to my opportunity research. So initially, if I'm not going to give a hue, okay, what happens, right? If I'm not going to give hue, generally it is going to say what is there onto my x-axis field size and stage count. Only that it is going to take. It will combine its value. Okay, it will combine the value. If I'm going to give hue as an optional value, if I'm going to say whatever I'm doing analysis, my target is to find whether the sale is going to win or lose. So this hue is an optional parameter. When I give hue is equal to opportunity result, inside opportunity result, what do I have? Either win or lose. So the same graph, okay, I will show you with hue and without hue. See, I'm here, I'm going to run the same graph without hue, which means that it combine my field size, state change. Can you see here? There is no difference. That only the count will be taken. Alright. But when I use hue is equal to opportunity result, whereas I'm clearly demonstrating in the field sales how many values are there on the sales stage count, which is 1, how many values on sales change count, which is of loss. This is the difference. When I use hue, we always use hue with the target because my focus is to find the data values where the sale is won or lost. Able to understand? What error you are getting, Sangeeta? You can share your screen or you can tell me. It's case sensitive. Even if you make a column value like route to market small r, you won't get. Okay. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Have you got the violence plot? Thank you, Shreya. The same thing I'm going to try with another plot. I'll show you now. Another column value. SNS dot violent plot of I'm taking X opportunity result and Y I'm taking how many client size we have got with revenue and Q is opportunity result. But Q is not much needed for this. Okay, I paste this coding onto the chat. You can just copy and paste. Okay. Does it resemble like a violin? So one of log. So when the client size is more, is one or two, three clients, but five clients, but almost it looks the same for both. Client size variably for both pending and due. Yes. Have we got this? We got the violin plot. The data science, the most important thing is how you visualize the data. That's what we are doing now. Yes, sir. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, Aarti. Others, there are many of you. I'm not getting response from. Only always I get it from Shreya, Aarti, Saranya, yes, Sangeeta, Abhita. What about others? Kirtana, Pujashri, Harini, Srinidhi, Swati. Only these Ashita. What about others, girls? You're working? Okay. Thank you, Anjana. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shwati. Okay. Some of you are silent listeners and silent workers. Okay. So now I'm going to give you sales underscore data dot column dot okay into my column. Okay. What are the two columns that I can take for a plot that you are going to say? Okay, you think of it and tell me. Any two columns. What you are going to say, I'm going to say. And you have got everything in your system. On x-axis, what I can take. On y-axis, what I can take. You need to take. Waiting for your answers. Yes. Think of. Okay, how many unique values? So how many unique values are there in each column? You can write this. Okay, sales underscore. We have already saw D type where it will support your data type. Okay, sales underscore data, the columns it tell me my column. If I want to listen carefully, girls, if I want to know, because for plotting you need to know how many unique values are there onto my X, onto my Y. Okay, if I'm going to have 10,000 values onto my X, plotting that graph is not good. Okay, you cannot visualize. So we have to limit the number of y-axis. It can be anything, right? Because you're going to categorize it. Okay. So from which? So all of you try sales underscore data dot n unique of, which will take the total number of unique values in each column. I repeat, which will take the total number of unique values in each column. So can you size client size by revenue? If I cannot plot this into my x-axis, that is what you should be very clear, like 10,000. Okay. Subperiod groups is 4, route to market is 5. We can take region. Have you tried this? Sales underscore data dot n unique of? Yes. Yeah, thank you. Now, can you understand now why we are using n unique? You will know how many unique values are there into each column, wherein you will be able to find out what you can take onto my x, onto my y. X is, yeah, region and sales change count, okay. So, we'll try x is as region. We can take y as sales change count, or we can also take total days identified through closing. Okay. Okay. Already we have used one thing for sales change count. I will show both. SNS dot cat plot. Okay, I'm going to use cat plot, or you can use swarm plot. We have not used swarm plot. X is equal to what you said, region, comma, y equal to, can we want this, or you can, okay, as Shreya said, this price, comma, data equal to sales underscore data. Let's try, let's see, it works. You can also try parallelism. Maybe sometimes the internet connection. Mhm. Yes, I don't know why it is taking so long. I don't know, it's taking long time because of internet speed. Mm-hmm. Anybody who got it? Still running? Trying to stop it. And also not. Um, it is taking long time to do. It generally it executes faster. Let's see. Okay. So when you want to do a develop a model, okay, okay, like this you have got a different plot. Mm-hmm. Let me try SNL dot whether it was the box plot. I'm going to make the thing. Yeah. So this is an example of box plot. Okay. So SNS, the region, so Northwest region, Pacific region with do you remember what did I give last time? PLC dot X6 dot rotation equal to what time? Okay, so this is an example of box plot. Okay, this is an example of box plot. Same thing, I can change my that is instead of days count, I can also total days identified through closing. Just you need to change the column name. It always works how intelligently we are applying it. Visualization, understanding more about the data. Okay, there are different types. Box plot, box plot. This is the box and plot. This is the box plot. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I can also use strip plot. This time I'm going to take supply subgroup. This is of the 11 into my x-axis. I'll give you time. Don't worry. Work on onto my y-axis. Let me try. Hmm, the client size we have tried. Elapsed date, sales, and sales stage. Okay, let me just your sorry, it's in dot. This is about the strip plot. Can you understand how the plots they are working? Okay, so we have seen box plot, Boston plot, strip plot, categorical plot, right? I don't know why the swap plot was coming. Let me try. It should come. Let me stop that right now. Let's come back to it. Now let's try the box plot and the Boston plot. Now girls, start trying the box plot. You can change. It's not only what value you have given on X and Y you need to use. You can use any values that you need. But we should be sensible. X-axis you cannot take integer values. So x-axis take categorical values. On the Y you can take numerical values. You remember yesterday we saw sales underscore data dot d type. Yes. All right. Getting it?
I had it called out.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, I had a small doubt.
Okay. Tell me.
Ma'am, what is the difference between box plot and box and plot?
Yes. The box plot you generally see like a bar graph, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, but what is the difference you see in the box and plot? But it plots with different quartile like top 50, 25, 70. That's the difference between box and box. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
It represents using quartile. But box is just the box. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And strip plot and swan plot also will look the same. Have you completed this? Box plot, have you got this? And same thing, you have to copy paste it, change box to box. Okay. Now let me show you box and so today we started the different count plots. We refreshed. Okay. Yesterday we took the data set and we loaded onto the data and then into the pandas and we started working with pandas, the different methods, the different attributes. All right. What are the different attributes in Python? Like the time, column, shape, size. All right. Today we saw about n uniform, finding the total number of unique values in each column of the data set. Then methods beside head of, tail of. All right. So and then several other functions beside describe of functions. Okay, describe of functions. The minimum value, the maximum value, the median, the 50, top 25, 50%, 50 is the median. Okay, so those things will work only for data which are of numerical data type, which will not work for categorical. When I say categorical data type, it means the data sets or of text values. Okay, it is the data sets or of text values. Okay. So today we started with count plot and then we moved on into the variant plot. Then the third plot we saw the box plot. Fourth is boxing plot. The fifth that we are going to see, we have already shown you the demo, the software strip plot. Okay, the strip plot. What's the error, Sangeeta? Is case sensitive? Check, check out with the case sensitivity, or you can tell me what error you have. And girls who have completed, try using different column names. But imagine, ensure one thing: on the A have categorical column, on the Y have the numerical column, numerical data type column. That you can see is sales underscore data type D type, sales underscore data dot D type. Okay. Have you all got the box and plot now? Shall I show? Yeah. Shall I show you the strip plot? Yeah. Try with the strip plot. Okay, able to understand till now what we have done? We have just doing is the data science explicitly data analysis. All right. Okay. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll try if I don't know actually it should work. The final plot that we are going to work. Geometry, this one. Let me try this final one, whether it works. I don't know why today. Okay. Okay. So, and also when you want to work, you can also use different functionalities, okay, different functionalities onto your exploratory data analysis. We are still onto a descriptive analysis, okay, we are onto a descriptive analytics. We have seen what are the types, okay, what are the columns, the axes, all right. Okay, and then we started with the data frame, what are the methods, set off, tail off. We didn't try the sample, I think. We have not tried with the sample. Okay, let's move on to this. Okay. If you want to take sampling of data, do you do sampling of data in finance? Yes, sales underscore data dot sample of. If I want 50 samples from a data, I can use SNS, sorry, sales underscore data dot sample of. This is another function of standard. Okay, I should have not given 50 and maybe 10 more. Okay, try this sales underscore data dot sample of. Okay, got it? Okay, okay, okay. I can also use group by. Okay, if I want to group by region, sales underscore data, sales underscore data, um, dot is group by of, can we take the region? Right. Okay. If you want to group by, okay, if you want to group by region, you can declare any variable, okay, and it groups according to northwest, you know what, and Pacific and south. Okay, try this group by. Try those things. I've done group by region. You can buy supply group, supply subgroup. Have you tried it? You can use this top and also first top also I can show. Can you see the first top? So how it has been categorized according to the region. Okay, try these two. Have you tried? Have you got it? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So like that you can also categorize, and if you want to slice only a few things, okay? Okay, if you want to slice, slice or from the entire column, if you want to take only a few sets of values that you need, that also you can do. Sales underscore data dot. Um, First I'll type the column because the columns are more. Sales underscore data. What are the columns necessary? Say I want only the supply group, supply subgroup, and I need opportunity results. Okay. Mm, okay, go to market. Only few columns I need. This is called slicing operator. Okay. This is called a slicing operator. From your entire data set, okay, I have not given. Okay, from the entire 19 columns, you want to slice and see only particular columns. I can type like this. I can save it to anything like BB or anything. It will also be a data frame. Okay, and here I can start. Okay, This is called slicing operator. We have seen group by and now we are seeing slice. So what are the necessary columns? You try with one column or two columns also is fine. Okay, try this. I hope everybody got the group by. Now we are into the slicing operation. Slicing. Have you tried it? Have you tried slicing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Others? Okay. And also you can find the correlation. So if you want to find the correlation works only for numerical value. Okay, sales underscore data dot follow. Can you find? It finds the correlation of the numerical. So opportunity number to opportunity number correlation. The diagonal will be 1. Okay, the diagonal will be 1. So you can only for numerical values, not for categorical values. Okay, actually you can convert numerical to categorical, but we don't have that much time to work on this. Okay, so these 2 days workshop, we work more on the descriptive and doing the statistical analysis. Sales underscore data dot cost. Cost is the correlation. Try it out. Have you got the correlation now? Okay. Have you got the correlation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, others?
First, put it in the chat box whether you have an extension.
Yeah, we are coming.
Just put it in the chat box that you need for now. You can unmute and you can give your reply. That will be better. Others?
Okay. So whatever we have seen today, what are the plots that we have seen today? We have taken a data set, all right, and then what's the data set? We have taken a sales data set, whether it is one or not, all right, and then we import it directly from the URL into, we use the tool Colab as a tool. Then we imported into the pandas, the data type changes into data train. The data type changes into data train. Onto the same, then we were able to do some kind of analysis. We use the functions like head of, tail function, and then we use shape and size. Okay, we use shape of function, yes, and then we use size of function to know the number of rows, multiplied by number of rows, then the data, frame, attribute, column, the D type, all right, and describe box does your descriptive analytics only of your numerical values. Okay, and then how it is routed to market to find unique values of a particular column. For entire column, it is n unique. We tried today, then we started with plotting a simple graph on plot. Okay, and then today we started with onto the supply subgroups and opposition having Q with Q. Okay, and then we started with a wiring plot. Okay, route to market and sales stage forms with Q, without Q, and with Q. Q, you're able to find with your target what kind of analysis that you will not need to have. And then we moved on into the n unique function, right? It finds the number of unique values into each column. This you should mandatorily know which will enable you to find what are the columns to choose for plotting. Okay, and the next one we started with box plot. Okay, box and plot with quartile, and then we work with strip plot. Okay, we work with strip plot. Then the new function we try today is sampling. You can use the sampling function to analyze about the data. All right, and then group by. Okay, using group by function is the region. So all the mid-Atlantic will be onto the first. Okay, onto the second mid-west and northwest, whatever is the region, Pacific and northwest, southeast. All right, southwest. So all those we have category. You can also group by. From the group by also we can do an exploratory data analysis. And then we started with slicing. Not all the 19 columns, whatever the necessary columns you can do. This operation is called a slicing operation. Okay, imagine if you have a bread, you slice it, right? You cannot eat the bread as much. So that's why even the data, entire data, say for example, some data set will have 40 to 50 columns. You can slice it, you can explore it, and then you can take the necessary, when you work with feature engineering, you'll be able to work on that. Okay, and then last we started trying with coordination. Okay, so I hope the session, how was it for you? Because you are new commerce students. Okay, I hope you should have learned. Supposingly, I also recommend students if you want to learn more about the course. Okay, we provide 20 hours of training. I think we just tried like 3 hours of training we had, and this 20 hours is only for students, okay, for a batch of 20. Here, for the 20 hours, it's like one-to-one training. Each time it will be how we are doing it, and even it will be more, okay. And then we will be working, it's full hands-on session. You'll get a certificate. CIRS is a Section 8 company registered under Ministry of Corporate Affairs, all right. And there you will be able to gain insights about, okay, gain insights. So you can contact me or you can contact Nilsa ma'am. Okay, she'll be able to contact me. The entire session will be like 20 hours. Okay, 10 hours will be doing project on your own, a live data set project, a benchmark data set, where we start with exploratory data analysis and little of visualization. There are more tools that we need to visualize. Then we'll be developing a machine learning model or predictive model, how to predict the sales and how to evaluate it. And finally, we'll be seeing how to take a benchmark data. Okay, how to take a benchmark data set. This is what we'll be working on with that. So thanks for the opportunity given, okay, to share with you the best I have done, like you should say, because you are all new to this forum, and hope you should have enjoyed the session. You can contact me to my number, okay, and God bless you. Over to this one. And share my
thank you so much, ma'am. Valuable inputs on data science. You made it very simple for us to take it up. Shreya. us this opportunity and constantly supporting and encouraging us to grow our endeavors. I'd also like to lastly add a word of appreciation for all the participants. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable knowledge with us, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Even today's session, I'm broadcasting into the YouTube channel. I'll now share the YouTube link. Furthermore, if you've got doubts, you can see to it. All right. And my contact details are given. If you are interested, and I strongly recommend once you start learning it, there is a huge opportunity for you onto the market. There's a demand because you are all good in finance. Okay, for a for any details for the project, you can contact me. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you. Please stay back a minute. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining.